Philly, in Joe Frazier's gym, they were studying the knowledge, man. And they were studying the amateur champions just like they were studying the professional champions. When I saw that first Tommy Hearns poster on the wall, that was 1979. And Georgie said, that's Manny's new welterweight.
Hearns one-loss record, 196 and lost 6. Aaron Pryor won 142 and also lost 6. Pryor.
And he had come off a successful amateur career and turned pro in 1977. Wait, 6'2", 132? How? And Georgie didn't answer. And what I realized later is he didn't want to tell me how he knew. But all he said was he's a welterweight now. That night at the Spectrum, he weighed 149. Later, I think it was Quinzel McCall that told me they were training him on 1 meal a day and some protein powder. I know I've said this before, but one of the things that Georgie taught me was that when a fighter is being hit, he can't get off with an effective punch. So you punch the puncher, apply pressure to him, and don't let him sit and get off with what he's practiced. The old guys had this way of evaluating a boxer's chin against their punch. And they felt that both of these were blessings from God and couldn't be taught. And you could train them and develop them, but you had to be given them. You couldn't learn to take a punch. And they didn't really think you could learn to punch with power. You just had it. So the bigger their capacity to take a punch meant that their punch was bigger, in effect. Piggy was fond of saying you never get the whole package. Only rarely does a fighter have true class, which means his ability to take a punch and give a punch are equal and at the very top level. For the rest of us, boxing has to be a subtle balancing act between offense and defense. Eventually, an overly aggressive tiger's chin is exposed. Two welterweights of approximately the same size can match up and make a fight. But now comes the problem. What do you do when the opponent is anywhere from 6 to 14 inches taller than you? The height and reach advantage effectively made Hearns' chin unreachable, and this made him a much more fearsome puncher. And the book on Hearns was if you stood off at critical distance or if you went to the ropes, he would knock you out. I'm going to do a separate video on fighting a taller opponent. It's more to uncover on this video. We've got to keep going.